Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there lived a royal princess named Alexandra. She was a vision of grace and beauty with golden hair and blue sparkled eyes. Alexandra was not just a princess of regal grace. She was also known for her bravery, strength, and astute understanding of politics. The kingdom was flourishing. But one fateful day, the king of a neighboring kingdom, a man by the name of William, launched a ruthless attack on Alexandra's castle. King William was infamous for his cruelty and insatiable greed. His biggest desire was to seize control of Alexandra's royal kingdom through his force. As the siege began and chaos descended upon the castle, Alexandra found herself filled with terror. However, even in the face of danger, she refused to lose her composure. With a clear mind and quick thinking, she embarked on a search for an escape route, desperately seeking a way out of the besieged castle. She knew that the only way of escaping is finding a hidden passage that would lead her to safety. With her mind racing and her senses heightened, Alexandra searched desperately for any sign of a secret door. Her eyes darted from corner to corner, scanning the walls and the surrounding area for any unusual markings or hidden entrances. And then her gaze fell upon a cluster of overgrown bushes near the castle's old garden. Curiosity sparked within her, and she moved towards the tangle of branches. She stumbled upon a hidden secret door covered entirely by overgrown tree branches. The door had remained undiscovered by all who had wandered the castle grounds. As she pushed against the door, it creaked open, revealing a narrow passage beyond. It was dark and deep. She stepped in. Step by step, she navigated the winding path. As she reached at the end of the path, she found herself in a magnificent and magical kingdom. Every corner of the kingdom reflected a sense of enchantment. Fairies of all sizes and colors fluttered gracefully through the air, their delicate wings sparkling in the soft glow of the sun. As Alexandra took hesitant steps forward, the fairies noticed her presence and gracefully came down, encircling her with their enchanting presence. Their tiny luminescent bodies emitted a soft, radiant glow, illuminating the path before her. Each fairy had a unique appearance. Their wings were adorned with delicate patterns, and they wore shimmering crystal clothes. There she saw an old fairy sitting in soft light, a wise guardian of magic. Alexandra reached to her and shared her story, what happened to her, and where she came from. With a warm smile, the old fairy whispered in her ears, "Trust in your inner strength, princess. Alexandra, the power of magic and justice shall guide your path." The fairy told her that the king of this magical world, who was kind, generous, and a brave man, would help her. With the old fairy as her guide, Alexandra made her way to King Louis. He was a majestic figure with a commanding presence. He had golden blonde hair that flowed around his broad shoulders and emerald green eyes that sparkled with wisdom. He dressed in splendid robes adorned with golden embroidery, showcasing his regal status. King Louis ruled with kindness and justice, seeking the well-being of his people above all else. People looked up to him as a symbol of hope and inspiration, knowing that he would lead them to a better future. As Alexandra stepped forward, her heart pounding with a mix of anticipation and gratitude, she found herself face to face with King Louis. "Your Majesty," Alexandra began, her voice filled with a blend of respect and curiosity. "I am Alexandra, the princess of the besieged kingdom. I stand before you with a heavy heart seeking your assistance." "Welcome, Alexandra," he replied with a gentle smile. "Please tell me your story. What has brought you to this enchanted kingdom?" Alexandra took a deep breath, her voice trembling slightly as she recounted the terrifying events that had unfolded in her own kingdom. She spoke of the ruthless King William's attack on her castle, his thirst for power, and her desperate search for an escape. Throughout her talk, King Louis listened attentively, his expression reflecting empathy and concern. He nodded understandingly. When she finished, he spoke with a voice infused with reassurance and warmth. Alexandra, I understand the trials you have faced, and I am here to offer my support. Your courage and resilience are commendable. Together we shall reclaim your kingdom and restore peace. Tears welled up in Alexandra's eyes as she realized the depth of King Louis's compassion. "Thank you, Your Majesty," she whispered, her voice filled with gratitude. "I am honored to have found such a benevolent ruler." King Louis extended a reassuring hand towards Alexandra and said, "You are not alone in this, Alexandra. We will gather our forces, harness the magic that flows through our veins, and fight for justice. Your kingdom will be restored, and you will reclaim your rightful place as its queen." She clasped his hand firmly, a silent vow passing between them as they prepared to face the battles that awaited them. King Louis gathered his army with magical powers. They prepared themselves for battle. With each member possessing unique abilities, they formed a united front against King William and his wicked forces. As they marched toward the enemy, their steps resonated with power and confidence. King Louis stood at the forefront, his presence radiating strength and leadership. The clash of swords and the crackling of spells filled the air as the battle commenced. The army led by King Louis unleashed their magical prowess, casting spells that shimmered and soared through the battlefield. King Louis himself showcased his immense power, commanding the elements with finesse. Sensing his impending downfall, King William tried to rally his remaining forces, but it was in vain. In the end, King Louis emerged victorious. The evil king was defeated, his forces scattered, and his dreams of usurping the throne shattered. With the defeat of the evil king, William, and the restoration of peace, Princess Alexandra's castle stood proud once again. The people rejoiced. Their hearts were filled with gratitude and relief. In celebration of their victory, and to honor the brave warriors who had fought valiantly, Princess Alexandra decided to host a grand feast. The castle's halls were adorned with vibrant banners and shimmering tapestries, filling the air with a sense of joy and festivity. The aroma of freshly baked bread, roasted meats, and fragrant spices wafted through the halls, enticing the appetite of all who attended. Nobles, villagers, and even the magical beings of the kingdom gathered together. Princess Alexandra, resplendent in her royal gown, stood at the head of the grand hall, a radiant smile gracing her lips. With a voice that carried throughout the room, she thanked her loyal people for their unwavering support and bravery during the challenging times. As the feast continued, music filled the halls, captivating everyone with its enchanting melodies. Princess Alexandra, now hailed as a queen, took her place on the throne, ready to rule her kingdom with wisdom and compassion. The kingdom flourished under her wise rule, and the memory of the battle against King William became a reminder of the strength and resilience of its people.